Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I got an interesting story today off a Facebook post, and I'm going to show you here. It come from a comment from Kellie Stockdale, and I titled this, "Pay Me Money or I'll Tell Everybody That You're Crazy." And Kellie said, buddy, he says, not only that, but it would also open up a can of worms that would bring this whole crime syndicate down. I remembered something while writing about your ex-wife saying something to the effect of, you don't know how many people you're affecting with your nonsense. Please remind me again of her exact words. I actually couldn't remember. I did, and here a little bit later, and I commented on it. Anyway, I wrote, Kellie, it's now known that on the day of the murder attempt, a burglar got trapped in my guest bathroom after I tie-wired my spare doors shut, but I didn't know this at the time. I figured that out. I found evidence, actually pry marks on the inside of that bathroom door. The reason I tie-wired those doors was because I saw proof that somebody had been inside my home again. I had repeatedly reported burglaries to my home starting 14 months before this day, and it's now known that our police are allowing these crimes such as burglary, theft, rape, and murder. This is going on all over Midland, Odessa, Texas, and U.S. You know, as many people know that, you know, I've documented 50 other homeowners reporting people in the attic, which is a felony, burglary of habitation, across the nation. More than a dozen in Midland, another dozen in Odessa, others in Texas, and that's the tip of the iceberg. And these police are not so stupid that they don't know they're allowing it. I was on the other side of the door with a gun and every right to protect my life and property, so this was a dire situation for these very powerful criminals. They had the option of calling 911 and telling them that they're a burglar who was trapped while committing a felony and ask them to come arrest them. But if they did that, then it would expose the $1 million underground homes here, the tunnels, the parties, the murders, and many other crimes. They didn't want to do this, so they chose to murder me. And look how I put that in capitals. That was when they stole my cell phone, disconnected my home phone lines, and shot me from point blank range directly at an artery by surprise. There's no doubt this was premeditated, cold-blooded murder, and God saved my life. Just like there's no doubt there were at least 5 Midland police officers under my home that night and helping cover up this failed murder. Possibly one of them was the shooter, a.k.a. would-be killer. Those officers' names are Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, and never a single time have you seen them post here saying, no, it wasn't me, because the proof is the proof. They were under my home on the night that somebody under my home shot me. You know, they're hiding like the coward criminals they are. The wife wasn't denying the crimes going on here when we were together, and in fact, I have a recording of her admitting to trying to extort money from me over the crimes here. She told me that if I didn't pay, then she would tell everybody that I was crazy. I didn't pay, and that's exactly what she did with her lifelong friend and dirty cop, Rosie Rodriguez. The last time I talked to the ex-wife was right after I shot, and now there's a protector order, so I can't talk to her. I really don't know what you're talking about. One guy told me the ex-wife told him they're going to get him sooner or later, and I put a link to Follow the Money, which is the extortion recording that she made. And keep in mind, she did that free will. This is a transcript from the recording, and you're going to hear it. I could read it to you here. I could let you listen to it. But the main point is she was admitting to this extortion, and then I didn't pay the money, you know, and the threat was if I didn't pay her, it's like $1,800 a month. Then she's gonna tell everybody I was crazy. Well, come that, you know, after the murder attempt, 22 months later, that hearing, the protective order hearing, herself and her lifelong childhood friend, Detective Rosie Rodriguez, a known dirty cop here in Midland, both testified that I was delusional. And so really what happened was they didn't get the extortion money, so they carried out the extortion threat. You know, I think everybody can see that. You know, let's listen to that, and I'm gonna let you hear what I'm talking about. Follow the Money. This is real short. It's only a 1-minute video.
You're the one that's gonna make money off of it. See, I can never figure out why would this all happen, and then all of a sudden, wow, who the hell is gonna follow the cash? Follow the cash. Who's gonna make money off this? Off this house being broken in? And how in the world can you know and say that somebody's coming across the attic and breaking in the house and turn around and go, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pay me $1,800 or $1,200 a month, or I'm gonna lie about everything that I've seen and tell everybody you're crazy. You're the only
She made a mistake. She didn't deny it. Yeah.
Does that tie you back into the people?
She made a mistake by committing felony extortion. Did you hear that? Everybody hear that? And then keep in mind, she goes back. This is a transcript from court, and she called me delusional in court. And I didn't pay her the money, and she threatened to call me crazy if I didn't pay her the money. And it was over the crimes at this house. So her saying denying the crimes is ludicrous, is what it is. She's on a recording trying to extort money from me over the crimes at this house. But anyway, I went on. I said, maybe your comment, you don't know how many people you're affecting with your nonsense, was referring to what the ex-wife told me after I was shot. She come by my home and says, you don't know how many lives that you run with your idiocy. I believe the idiocy comment was a reference to me realizing that I was under a home invasion and tie-wired my door shut, which trapped one of the burglars in my bathroom. Her comment of you don't know how many lives you run told me there was a lot of people in the underground home that night. And when it's found out that, what they were doing down there, that was going to ruin their lives, not me. Of course, I didn't ruin anybody's life. And in fact, the only life that has been ruined was mine. They're the ones breaking into private homes, not me. So what were they doing down there in the underground home which would ruin their life? That's a big question. Possibly the answer to that question was they were having a pedophile party down there, as I was told on a recorded phone call. And there's a phone call there. It's actually $1 Million Underground Facilities on YouTube. Okay, and here is some old Google Maps here. You put in my address, 3802 Fair Circle, and my backyard from above ground, the satellite screen shows nothing in my backyard. But the map screen shows a large building in my backyard, okay? And that has now been removed recently, actually. I mean, not too long ago. And it was after I contacted the city of Midland and told them that they're supporting evidence on Google Maps, and then they had it deleted. I think to cover up capital murders. I think somebody should go to prison for that, so... Anyway, I was going to show you this and, talk a little bit about the ex-wife. Let me go in here and show you. Here's the bathroom where the burglar was trapped, and these were the pry marks I found on the top of the door jamb. Okay, and they wasn't there, before I tie-wired this door shut and trapped that burglar. That burglar was trying to get out of this room. You could see that. That was the proof. They also tore the hinge off the door and everything else, and so that was the proof that a burglar was trapped. And on the day of the murder attempt, like I said, they could have called the police, but no, they chose murder. Wayne Webb, Midland, Texas.